What's up, everybody, and welcome to BioS 3 Raw TV. Today we're going to talk a little bit about the bullshit trainers. Now, what is a bullshit trainer? There's two types of bullshit trainers that I'm aware of that stand out to me right away. There's probably more. There's probably little sublets of different bullshit trainers. There's the one bullshit trainer who really doesn't give a shit about the fitness industry, know anything about it, but figured, hey, this is an easy way to make good money. You can make $60 an hour to start, which is pretty much what a doctor makes for a visit. And I don't have to go to school for it. All I need is a certification. Count me in. And the other kind of personal trainer is the one who, he's into fitness and stuff, but he trains people, specifically women, so that he can get dates. So these two guys, we're going to stick with one for today. We'll talk about number two later on. So guy number one, personal trainer number one. So I get to the gym, which is a big gym chain. Now I'm the head of personal training department. My first day on the job. This lady comes in and says, I have an issue with my trainer. Okay, what's your issue? Well, I have an hour training session, and what he does is takes me and puts me on the treadmill for 30 minutes and then goes and watches TV under the TV. And then he takes me for the treadmill and puts me on the elliptical for 10 minutes. And then we go do a couple sets of leg extensions and my workout is done, and then he wants me to go stretch. So I'm like, okay, and you're paying how much? $59 per hour to do this. Unacceptable. So I pull this guy in the office. Now, first of all, he's dirty. He doesn't take care of himself. He's fat. Let's face facts. He's fat. I'm not even going to pull punches. He's completely fat and hanging out over his dry fit shirt. And I asked him, I said, what do you do when you train people? He says, I like to really give them a good workout. I said, good workout. So-and-so was just in there saying you stuck her on the treadmill. Oh, that's a warm-up. A 30-minute warm-up. She's got a 60-minute session, 30-minute warm-up, 15-minute interval on elliptical, and then do some extensions and you're done. Well, I found that developing the... Bullshit. All right, have a seat. Let's talk about your qualifications. Where's your certification from? I don't have a certification. How did you get a job here? Well, I started as a fitness instructor, which you don't have to have a cert for. And basically you make like $7 an hour to be a service instructor. And then you basically take them through the orientation. You take their measurements, you do this, you do that, you put them on the scale, you weigh them in, you talk to them about, welcome to fitness, you're going to get in great shape, you're going to feel great, yada yada. And then you hand them off to the personal trainers if they want a trainer. So it's basically that free consultation that you get when you join the gym. No certification required, okay? Not even any training required. You kind of follow another service instructor around for a day, then you're on your own. So after that, you're supposed to be studying if you want to be a personal trainer, getting your certification, then moving on to the personal training. Now what happened was sometimes they're short on trainers because what happens is a lot of turnaround in big gyms because they don't get paid what they're worth. The clubs take about 40%, anywhere from 40 to 60% of the profits. So you're only making about 30% of what they're charging, which is nothing. Okay, so basically the club is like, we give you the people, so we're going to take the biggest chunk of money. So what happens, inevitably, people get pissed off, leave the club, and a lot of times their clients go with them because now they're partial to their trainer. So if you're a good trainer and this happens, your clients are going with you. So basically the only one that these big gym chains can hire is the bullshit trainers because they'll work for the money because either they just started out and they're a good trainer who eventually they'll figure out they're getting screwed, or they're a bullshit trainer and happy with making the $25 an hour instead of the 59 or 60 or whatever they're supposed to make. So there was a lack of trainers. They moved him over to the department, said, while you're studying for your thing, we'll just have you on the training department, and then when you get your certification, then we'll just put it on file. Well, this guy never got his certification. So when I asked him for it, he didn't have it. Okay, so I got a personal trainer who's training people, who's getting paid like the other people that are certified, who have paid at least $600 for the book work and another $500 for the test, and have had to work to get it, and you're not doing shit and you don't know shit. Okay? If I had a knee problem and, I was going to go out and work out, would you tell me that I could squat or not? Okay, so the fact that you couldn't tell me right off the bat whether I should or shouldn't is not a good sign. So I said, okay, you got a week to get a certification. Until that time, you're going to be on service instructor duty again because I can't have you training. Get your certification. We'll get it squared away. We'll put you back in training, but you have to change your whole system. You have to actually give these people what they're paying for. So the next day, this guy walks up to me and says, I got my certification. I says, how the fuck did you get a national certification overnight? He goes, I went online and I took the test. Now, some of these things you can just pay for the product and then take the test, but they're hard tests. It's not something you just pass. You have to study for it. You have to know the material. So this guy pulls out this thing. It was like Johnny's Fitness Trainer 101 or some shit. And it said certified personal trainer. It was like a little printout that he had gotten off the internet. So I log on to this website and I look. And there's 3 questions on the test. You pay $45, answer the 3 questions, and you're now a certified personal trainer. So one of the questions I was on it was like, do you feel that weight training is important for general health? Fuck yeah. Hello? Yes. Do you feel that cardiovascular conditioning is good for the heart as well as blood flow? Yes, that's 2 of the 3 questions that are on the fucking questionnaire. So I told him straight out, I said, look, I know what this is. It's not applicable. You have to have a national certification, 1 week to get everything nailed down, or I got to let you go. I mean, he got pissed, but I did have to let him go. And then what I found was I had Ken. Ken came into the office. Now, when Ken came in the office, he said, I have 50 sessions left. So-and-so is my trainer. And I need to get assigned a new trainer. So I start looking through the computer. And now what happens as a trainer, you click off on these sessions, that's how you get paid. So he trains, you click off on it, you sign off on for the day, you get paid for that session. Well, this trainer had clicked off on all the sessions already before he left. So now this gentleman has no sessions left. So now what happens? I call the corporate headquarters, say this is the situation, and the corporate headquarters tells me, you are responsible for that because it was your employee. Whether he's gone or not, you need to figure out a way to make it work, make one of the other trainers train him for free. How am I going to ask another trainer to spend $60 out of their life for the hour to train this guy 50 times because another trainer clicked off on the money, which essentially stole the money, and asked him to do it? I couldn't do it. So basically I wound up training this guy for free, Ken, for 50 sessions or whatever it was in the end. And we built this actually really good friendship stuff, and Ken actually stayed on the train with me. To this day, he's still one of my clients. But the bottom line is we had this bullshit trainer who scammed the system every which way and gave shitty training. And had I not stepped into that situation when I did, who knows what else could have happened. So when you get to a gym and you're thinking about getting a trainer, really pay attention and ask questions to that trainer. Cross-examine that guy. Give him an interview or her an interview so that you're satisfied with what you're getting for what you're paying for, because you are paying for a service. You're paying for knowledge and you're paying for their time, but you're paying for a service also. So you should be happy when you walk away from there with the service you got, with the training you got, and with the results that you're getting. And if you're not, don't train with that person anymore. Fire them, get the money back from the club, do whatever you got to do, but don't be afraid to speak up and just take it. Nothing's going to happen. They're not going to kick you out because you don't want to train with this guy anymore. But pay attention to what's really going on, and don't take somebody's advice just because they have a certification, because it may be the bullshit certification. BioStrengthTraining@gmail.com. Leave comments down below. www.biostrengthtraining.com is the blog, and we're out.